concept of a doubt clearance because it is a management subject. So for that only I am doing the case studies. So from your end also and from my end also we can discuss some of the case studies, but case studies are not there for a portion, just out of interest. We'll discuss some of the case studies so that even you will be aware how these things will be analyzed. To learn this subject, it is very simple. So when case studies are put, so you can understand how the management analysis will be done. To that extent, we can learn. Okay. So already few of you have completed the case studies. At least for the next week, at least you have internals. So for the very next week, those who are not done, try to prepare the case studies on any of the topics which we have covered so far. Even this case study, Mangal Advisory Service, it is a hotel management itself. So that we can, I'm doing the case study on hotel management. The slides and all, everything is taken directly from the Google itself. So we'll start with a case study. So it is of a hotel management profitability case study. The client here is a 5-star hotel in North Goa. So the case study of North Goa hotel has been taken up for the profitability study. They were not able to achieve the profit what they have planned for. So how they have analyzed and what conclusion was made. Just I'll go on reading the slide. The hotel was making the operative profits, but the same were not up to the expectations of the owners. So what was planned? So they were not able to achieve that much of a profit out of that 5-star hotel which has been running in a North Goa. The owner already had a highly reputed audit firm engaged for the purpose of internal audit of the hotel. However, no value add was received from them. So the internal audits were going on, but the addition of the profitably increase, they were not able to find out where they are going wrong and how they have analyzed. In this respect, the promoter director of the hotel approached the MAS for the conduct of profitability analysis. He has approached one group called as a MAS for profitability analysis of his hotel. I think so. You are able. I am audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Something went wrong? Connection or? Okay. So he has called a profitability analysis and suggests ways and means of rectifying the same. So how they have done the analysis, in which all the sections they have done the analysis. So here you can see from the triangles, analysis of a finance statements have evaluated, evaluation of process, how the process, where the material comes, where it is taken, how the records have been maintained. So the process evaluation has analyzed, and the creation of a revenue vertical is also analyzed. Then strategic evaluation, what strategy they are evaluating for all these things. In 4 steps, the analysis was done. For the analysis of the finance statement, shall I make the screen full? If something goes wrong or if there is no network, please call me on my mobile. Okay. So if I'm making a full screen, I will not be able to see any chat or anything. So it is very small. Let me full screen. Full screen there. Okay. Now you can read the things which is there in the box.
Ma'am, it is not being displayed.
Yeah?
Ma'am, you are not presenting, ma'am. It's not been
Not
displayed.
presenting. Yeah? Yes, that is what. Something went wrong. Let me check. Okay, the connection got disconnected, I think so. Your entire screen. Okay. Now you can see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it was a 5-star company. They were not able to make the profits, whatever they have planned. For that, they have given it for analysis of the profitability to some concern. So the concern has analyzed in 4 different things: analysis of a finance statement, evaluation of a processes, creation of a revenue verticals, and the strategic evaluation. In what all they have done, the finance statement for the previous 3 years. Were obtained, and detailed cost rationalization was carried out. So they have taken the records of the past 3 years for the from the finance section that has been analyzed, and the moment of the cost and the income was also studied for the irregularities. Why there is a irregularity in the profit margin, that is also studied in the finance section. They have studied the past 3 years history along with the moment of cost, how the money is moved, what is the in first year how much profit they had, so what was the investment and all. They have studied with respect to that. Evaluation of the processes, for that process and control were understood through the interview with the department heads. So the department heads were called and they have understood what the process, what is the procedure they are following. Then the audit of processes was carried out to check the level of adherence by the staff. Whatever the procedure or the policy they have done, whether all these staff they are following or no. So the controls, the checks and the balance were analyzed and evaluated for the process risk also. Wherever the material movement and all they have studied. Then for the next thing they have studied, the income was broken down into the revenue verticals based upon the source of a income. Costs were allocated to the revenue verticals on the basis of certain cost drivers, so as to obtain the revenue verticals, whatever the revenue income they were getting. So all that breakdown of all the revenues wherever from all the sections they have collected, and the revenue verticals were created for the 3 years historic time of horizon. So all that has been collected. What is the income of that hotel management. Then for the strategic evaluation, understanding of the overall business strategy, what was the strategy, how they have initiated, what they are following, that also they have evaluated. The evaluating the business strategy for the sustainability also has been studied. So in all these 4 sections they have studied, they have called the department heads. So they got the 3 years past history of finance as well. All the process has been studied by interacting with the department heads. So what is the observations they have done? So after evaluating, they have given some observations. What are the observations from the cost of the company did not change much year on year, which indicated consistency in operation. The cost of guest transportation was found to be unjustified for the scale and occupancy of the hotel. At almost 30% of the revenue, staff-related expenses, including the salary and the welfare expenses, were found to be unjustified for the scale of this hotel. So these are the observations what they have got during the interaction with the finance section. So just they are giving the observation. What action they are taking, that they will discuss. So then the process evaluation. From the process evaluation, what observations they have done. The front desk attendants were given the additional responsibility of marketing, which they were not able to carry out in the best way possible. The front desk itself were given the marketing this thing also, and the laundry was subcontracted to the vendors, which was charging the hotel on per kg basis. However, the housekeeping department did not have any way of weighing the outgoing laundry, and the bills were approved without a weight check. So all these are the observations what they have done with the process for the laundry day-to-day material, this disposal and all. For the, it was going with the salary, everything they have kept. Then apart from that, both the purchase and the stores were handled by the same person. So here they have not done any two sections. Purchase as well as the stores were under one head only by the same person, which meant no checker does the relation what is happening between these two departments. There were no sub-stores maintained on the system. Housekeeping as well as a kitchen items were issued directly to the department at the time of a material receipt itself. Directly they were getting the material to their section only. There was no checker involved in that, and there was no system of checking and all was involved. There was no reconciliation done of the material issued to the housekeeping or the kitchen to ensure the proper control of how much material they are giving. That and all were not checked. Then the major, the overall time from the ordering to the receiving of an item was measured to be 25 minutes. So that time taken for that was 25 minutes. Then apart from that, they have done some more observations in the process itself. The purchase process was not consistent, and some cases the purchase were made having taken only one quotation. Yes, the quotations when you are selecting the supply of materials and all, only one, with the help of only one quotation, they were finalizing the supplier and all. There they were, that was the observation made. And there was no checklist for housekeeping staff to follow at the time of minibar replenishment or checkout, which caused a number of instances of underbilling and all. Underbilling also was, many things were going on. So all these observations they have done in the process itself. There was no formal process for obtaining the guest feedback after the stay and all. That also feedback also they were not collecting to update themselves for to give the facilities what the customer needs. No feedback form were taken at outer end, and there was no suggestion of food stock into or in the room dining. That also they were not giving. So these are some of the observations what they have done in the process of the that hotel management. So in the revenue, what they have done, room sales accounted for 50% of a total revenue. However, the occupancy was found to be very low at 53%. So the revenue from the F&B sales was found to be very low. Revenue also they got less, and the revenue from the casino was really high in spite of it being just rental income. So that casino was on a rental income. So there they were getting the high revenue. This contributed to the overall 25% of the income for that overall hotel management. All other sources of income contributed hardly 3% of the total income, which is very low. So this was the revenue observation, where you are going for a contracting, where you are putting your own facilities and getting the earnings. So again, there were many observations. Margins on the room rent were very low, and this was attributed to firstly to the low occupancy and the rates, and also to the high expenditure on the guest transfers and all. And the margins on F&B were found to be very negative, and this was also attributed to the possible low income of that hotel. So all these are some of the observations what the margins, whatever the margins we are getting on the room rent and all were very low. So they have listed out many of the revenue observations also. In spite of property having 2 banquet halls, the revenue from the banquet contributed just 5% of the income, and the mini bar pricing was found to be quite low and 30% lower than the nearest competitor. Who is the nearest competitor? What is the next neighboring 5-star hotel? That also they have compared. The spa materials were sourced from consultant who was hired to advise on running of the spa, and there was no evidence of company trying to source an alternative vendor. So they have fixed a vendor. With that only they were managing the things. So these are some of the observations what they have done in a revenue. So for that, what changes they have suggested? So these are all the observations they have done in all the sections when they have analyzed it for the profitability study. What are the changes they have suggested? For the organizational changes itself they have given. So the front desk should be independent of marketing. So the front desk was earlier attached to the marketing and some other sections. What they have given, the suggestion or the changes, the front desk should be independent of the marketing. A separate marketing department need to be put in place, which will increase the focus on the marketing, hence improve the occupancy or improve the profitability rates. So that is the first suggestion what they have given. You need to incorporate one more separate section as the front desk. Earlier these two were connected. They have asked them to separate these two sections. So both should work independently. Stores and purchase should be independent. Earlier this was handled by only one person. So stores and purchase need to be independent functions so as to have the door checker process in place. There was no checker involved in an earlier section. Now they are suggesting these two sections should be separate and there should be a door checker in between that. And mini bar checklist was created and handed over to the housekeeping HOD. So the mini bar checking process was revamped so as to ensure the responsibility and the accountability. So like this, so many suggestions they have given after analyzing all the process, finance and all. A weighing scale was installed into the laundry section. Earlier it was missing, just it was getting dispatched. A weighing scale was installed into the laundry dispatch area so as to verify the weight of the laundry before dispatch, and the quotes were taken from the quotations where quotes were taken from the other laundry people, vendors also, and overall cost was reduced by 10% through the negotiation. So whoever was taken the laundry section we were treating, so after the negotiation they are able to reduce it by 10%. So the introduction of a second outdoor tandoor was suggested, as most of the tandoor items were found to be lot of time, because there was a demand, because you don't have a tandoor facility, it was taking a lot of time to deliver the food to the table. So like this, there is overall pricing was increased to match up to the nearest competitor. That also you should keep it in your mind to compare the prices with the competitors also. Usage of eco-friendly methods of housekeeping, which helped in cost savings of so the soap, dispensers, the guest, so all that has helped them. Use of bus for the guest transportation rather than outsourcing the same throughout through the cabs. Earlier they were arranging for the cabs which was outsourced. So they have arranged the buses for the transport of the guests itself. That income also they are able to share it. Then implementation of CMR system so as to improve the guest service and all. So that all the suggestions they have given after analyzing the process, the finance, the income and the strategy what they are following for running the 5-star hotel management. So after that, they have given a summary of estimated revenue increased by proposed changes. With if you are incorporating all these changes, whatever they have given, if you are incorporating, you can increase the profit from annually. Earlier it was around 80 lakhs, I think. So they are able to increase the profits of charges income of 150 lakhs per annual. That is 30% of income has been increased for them. So estimated cost saving opportunity was around 121 lakhs per annum. So they have analyzed profitability, how it is not only with the cost, budget section, finance section and with the owner. So where you are going wrong, what is the material movement, who is reporting to whom, what organization structure you are following, where the checking is going on, whether you are having the records or no. With respect to all the things, you need to evaluate even for the profitability analysis also. The major sections what they have studied is the finance, the process and the income and the strategy what they are applying to attract the customers to the hotel. Because so with this analysis they are able to increase their revenue by 30%. So and their profitability margin is also increased. So like this you need to study. It was just for the hotel management. So for like this you need to go in depth to analyze the profitability of any of the industry or any of the activities or any of the sectors of the project. So are you able to follow what I am explaining?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So like this, you have to analyze in detail. It is in depth. You should break down. Work breakdown should be done, and where the material is going on, where the wastage is going on, where there is no checklist, or with respect to everything you need to analyze. Then with observations, what are the correction you need to follow in the system. With that, where there is a leakage of the material and all, you need to analyze. Then you should follow the proper system so that you can increase the profitability of your own industry or whatever the sector may be. So with this small case study, I tried to explain you how the profitability analysis will be done. So there are many n number of case studies are available. With out of interest, you can go and check. So these are the quite interesting case studies when you are really understanding, so you can improve your management skills also. So how one has to follow, how one has to keep a track of everything. Yes? Okay. Is anyone presenting from your side? So there are many case studies. One, I was going through one more case study, how your film industry. So that Lagan film was come up, no? That to give that film as a project, to present that film to the audience, that was a project itself. That film, each film is a project itself. There are so many strategies and all. So that also I got it. If at all, if you want, I'll share it. Just when I was going through, even it is quite interesting. Just I'll share the PDF in a WhatsApp group so that you can just go through it. Okay. Anything, any other thing you want to discuss? Try to take some of the case studies, those who are not done, so that you will be learning many things along with the academic subject of project management. Out of interest, you need to go out of interest and explore the things. Now everything is readily available in the Google. You need to explore. Okay. Okay, I think so. It was quite interesting case study today, whatever we have taken up. In the next classes and all, we'll try to discuss some more case studies like this. Okay. And by Monday, try to give your batch list. Put it in a WhatsApp group. Okay. Yes. Shall we conclude today's class? I think so it is.
Yes,
time
ma'am.
of- Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.